Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It is Sunday, June 8th, 2025, and this is day 2 with no rain, but it's fixing to change. It's going to be the last single day with no rain in some time because there are storms coming from the west, and I probably have 90 minutes, 2 hours, I don't know, but I was going to try and let it cool off a little bit before I got out here and started on this today. It's 93 degrees and the humidity is around 70%. It's brutal. So yeah, I've got the ice vest on and I got my little fans ready. So the last 2 times I've been out here, I've had trouble getting too hot, and yesterday I actually had the little fan on and it helped a lot, but I'm still not recovered from being sick. What was that, 3 weeks ago with the COVID? And I don't know if I'm not getting enough oxygen or if, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I was just almost to the point of starting to black out and just tired, and I would have to take a knee and just stop for a minute. And once I got that condition, I just got out of here and went on up to the house. But I did get done with what I wanted to do. Just one more hive, you know. But yeah, so now I've got the ice vest on, so that should help a lot too. It's the humidity, boy, that is what's tough. So today, gonna check on the Sourwood Farms queens, the virgins. So number 40, she disappeared, so we know about that one. I mentioned that. And they had 3 queen cells in there they're re-queening with. One's emerged, the other 2 weren't as of yesterday. And they're not the greatest cells either. Let's see. So the nuke inspection I did on my swarm cell tiger queen, I got in the wrong nuke. I actually got into the Sourwood Farm nuke. So what happened was I sold nuke number 1 and I forgot, so I started counting number 1 at number 2. So I was off by 1. So found the Sourwood queen, and yeah, I found that queen and she was marked blue, and I'm like, what? I don't remember marking this queen, and she's kind of blonde colored, huh? So yeah, I was in the wrong hive all along. So yesterday I didn't video it. I got into the real nuke number 2, found that tiger queen, and she's laying okay. She's not the greatest looking queen, she's kind of small, but she is laying, so I got her marked. So the ones that are left are in 16 and 19. 16 is the swarm hive, and 19 is the one that it had the shotgun pattern queen, and I moved her down and put her into a laying worker hive, and she straightened them out, man. She's got them to knock that off, and she's laying a decent brood pattern. And I probably will expand that later on, because she's a 2024 queen, so she should get through winter okay. So a new development, I purchased 3 mated queens from a local beekeeper, and they're marked, and they're light colored queens. They're not the tiger stripes, and he's got them marked blue. He lived north up in Edmond, and I purchased them from him, went and picked them up this morning. And he also has a bee yard in Blanchard, which is 9 miles south of me. So yeah, I told him, give me a call and stop by sometime, and maybe we could shoot a video together or something. He's on Facebook. His company is called Bee OK, B-E-E space OK. So check him out, and these are some good looking queens, and he's got some attendants in there, and yeah, he's got a real neat business going, and I thought I would, I didn't know he was selling bees. I was just friending him on Facebook, watching the things he's doing in his hives, and all of a sudden he showed this queen bank full of queens. I was like, hey, I might want to buy some of those. So I still have 2 spots that are vacant, and I've got the number 40. I'm going to put one of these in 40, and if 16 or 19, the queen is gone from Sourwood Farms, I'll go ahead and put one in there. And I got hive 2 back there that I need to go through it and see if it's requeened or not. So a lot of possibilities. I might wind up pulling a split. I might wind up not using one for a while if this storm gets here too fast, and I'll give them a little drop of honey and some water and bank them for a while. All right, let's get in there and get started. Something I forgot to mention, I put together 2 of my 10 supers this morning, got 2 coats of paint on them, and put together 18 frames and got the wax foundation in them. So that took me a couple hours. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna put these out there on some really strong hives that the supers are full, and see if they'll draw these out. I don't know if they will or not, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, this is Hive 19 with the Sourwood Queen Virgin in there. Hopefully she's not anymore. And I forgot to mention, so I had 2 nukes with those queens. The one that had a low population, I checked it yesterday because I saw no bees coming and going out of the entrance whatsoever, and it had absconded, so there wasn't a bee in there. It was full of carpenter ants. So the ants took it over and run them out. And that's my fault. I should have had it stronger. I did shake more bees in there, but I think I shook older bees in there instead of nurse bees, because that hive I got them from may have been without a queen for a while, is all I can think, because I was shaking them off of a brood. But it didn't get very strong after shaking 5 frames of bees into it. So the only 2 I got left to check is this one and 16 over to my right. So we're just looking for that blue dot, and she was in here last I checked. There's a nice pollen frame, so hopefully she's on the next frame over laying it up. And I do see larvae. There's larvae right in here. So there is a laying queen, unless that's laying worker, which it shouldn't be. Yeah, that wasn't there before. I think she's in here laying. Yeah, I see younger larvae, so definitely a queen laying. This frame as well. So we've either got a queen laying right now, or it's got a laying worker, which I don't think it was possible. I think there was still plenty of brood left in here. Yeah, this is being laid up well right here. Yeah, this is looking good. Here she is. All right, so we're 2 for 2. Or 2 out of 5, I guess I should say, for mated queens on these virgins. So not quite 50%. If number 16's good, then we'll get over 50%. And that would be good, considering 2 were lost on the introduction phase. So no new queen for this one. So yeah, in let's see, first part of July, this thing's going to be full. It'll be ready for a second deep, and we can probably put a second deep on here with a frame feeder and get them going strong. This will be a nice honey maker next year. Okay, 2025 Pisty Hive number 16 here. I am armed with smoke today, a fair amount. It is lit well with my Tractor Supply pine needles that I got the tip from Bug Farmer. Check him out. He gave me a shout out too. I guess he saw my video, or someone told him I was talking about his channel on that tip about the pine straw from Harbor Freight, from Tractor Supply. They're not too bad. We've got some pretty good flight going on right now, although it is starting to become overcast. I got this cloud cover coming in. Hopefully I can get all this done before the storms hit. This is that drone comb. Someone asked me what my mite count from a mite wash on this hive was because of all this drone comb and the drones. I haven't done any mite washes yet. If I do them, I usually do a spot check, and I do it after honey harvest. Last year, I didn't do any. I just treat them all. Treat them all like they're full of mites. I do check the drone comb, the drone brood in the early spring, and if I see mites presenting in that drone brood that gets torn up, when I do inspections, I'll make a note of that. God, this is that heavy frame. That is one thick slab of honey. So besides every thick slab of honey, you get a skinny little piece of honey. So there that is. And I'm not expecting to see that queen up here. These are blanks. And they just been filling these up, drawing them out. Yeah, they don't like these frames. These are some oddball frames that I picked up on a nuke frame exchange. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just selling the nuke. Frames and all, but I don't want your frames back, because some people get different style of frames from. I think frames make a difference in where you get them. I've been getting mine from Hilco and Mann Lake, so they're premier, and from Hilco and Right Cell from Mann Lake. This is all just honey and nectar. I better check this just in case. Yeah, man, I bet this, and that's all old bee bread and liquid. Oh, this thing is going to weigh a bunch, and getting it off of here. It'll be worth it though, because we're going to find a queen down there. I need to run and get my hive stand. Pretty heavy. Okay, I'm not going to smoke this, so I don't want that queen to run off. You know, there's not near as many bees attacking me as normal from this hive. So maybe they're all happy now with their new queen. That's all food. Liquid. Liquid bee bread. Same. Well, hopefully there's some room in here for a queen to lay. They were just starting to work the honey super, and I took it off. That is full of liquid and bee bread. There's a few cells left on this one, but not many. Open cells that a queen could lay in. Lots of bee bread right there. Hopefully there'll be some brood on this next frame. It's not looking good. It's looking just all plugged out and full of liquid everywhere. More bee bread. No queen. Same thing here. If we do find her, we're gonna have to put some other frames in here for her to lay in, because it is nectar bound for sure. Gosh, look at all that. all bee bread and some capped honey. A few drones. There's some empty cells here, but no sign of our queen. Put one of these queens on here and see what they do. They're not trying to sting. They did go at it pretty fast, but I don't think that's aggressive behavior. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back through this one more time off camera, and if I don't find that queen, I'm going to put two drawn old frames with nothing in them up in the top and put this queen up there. Well, I did not find her, so she probably did not survive her mating flight, would be my guess, because she looked good before. I have been seeing some dragonflies flying around patrolling, so they can take out a queen bee pretty quick. That's why it's best to do all of your queen rearing in May, April and May, because this time of year you're pressing your luck. All right, let's get a couple of these out of here. So they need space real bad, and they're not really working on this. They are a little bit. Gosh, which one should I leave and take? I think I'll get rid of that one. I also think I'm going to put one of those undrawn supers on here and see if they'll work on that. I don't think I can fit two frames in there. That was drawn so wide. All right, gonna go get the 3 frames to put right there. Well, what do you think? That looks good to me. If they were aggressive towards her, that would be covered a lot thicker and they would be trying to sting through the side. To me, that looks like greetings, come out of there. So let's get her installed. Don't want to smoke her. So I got 3 better looking coal frames that I took out earlier in the year, or last year. Yeah, so this will give her fresh comb to lay in. And I'm going to put that super on here, one of those supers on here as well. I'm going to do my little drill bit in the fondant thing. This fondant is pretty soft, so they ought to get into her, I would say, in 1 day, maybe 2. Let's see. I'm going to put her off of those frames because I just got them out of the freezer. I'll put her right here. Oh shoot, I got a bee squished in there. See the bees on my hand? They smell that queen pheromone. They're not there to sting. They're looking for the queen. All right. Let's let's get the excluder on here. I have to say, I'm doing much better with the heat today with this vest. It's called an ice vest. There's a link in the description of the video, and I'll try and put it in my pinned comment. It's called a Flexi Freeze Polar Ice Vest, I think is what it's called. And also this little fan blowing that cool air up in your face, or just air moving in your face. It's really good. Yeah, I should have had that thing on yesterday when I was down here. So I'm going to do this 9 frames even though it's not drawn. Just stronger than nectar flow. I think they'll do okay with it. Watch me find a blue dot on here now. Nope. I'll leave a little bit of vent space here, so that'll draw them up in there. So 19's good, not going to mess with that. So we got 2 out of 5 of the Sourwood Virgin Queens mated. Not that good. Conditions weren't that good either. It was raining all the time, and it's a little bit late in the year. Okay, next hive to mess with just happens to be right next door. Number 17, I call this Dave's hive because it's got his insulated inner cover there that he gave me when he came out and visited one time. And so this is Dave's hive, and it's just not flourishing. It's not a good queen. So if I try and build that up or just wait on it, nothing's going to happen, and next year it's just going to be a failure and I'll be building it up again. So get a good queen in there, a good queen that's laying well. This will build up, and it'll build up strong, and it'll be ready for next year at the beginning of the season. So this work here is for next year's honey crop, right? It's not going to do anything this year. I could leave it alone, but then nothing's going to happen with it next year, and it's liable to fail over winter as well. So let's correct it now. So I'm going to find that queen, and she's going to go for a ride in this fun little clippy here, and we're going to take her to alcohol camp. So before I bought these queens, my plan was to combine it over there if that one succeeded, which it did. But I'll just put a blank on top of that over there and start feeding it. All right, we got to find a queen. I'm pretty sure she's marked. She's marked green for 24. Yeah, for a 24 queen in this year, this should look like Hive 16 next door there. And it's far from that. Nectar, the queen just isn't laying enough in here to build the population up to make it really good and strong. And that's not what we want. So there's larvae. There's a cup. Dry. See, they ought to be superseding her. Look at that pattern, it's horrible. She's backfilled a few little larvae right here. Yeah, if you've got a hive that looks like this and you're coming into, your main part of the season, this is when this hive should be peaking out. And it's not. It's sad. Sad state of affairs. Well, now, so it's all laid up right here now, $1 short and a day late. This frame's not laid up too bad either, but it's not new queen brood. There she is. Not a bad looking queen. She's just not very good. So taking her out will make this hive queenless. I should probably wait a day after I take her out, but with this weather coming in and all this, and I don't know how long those queens have been in those cages, so they'll slow release her out and they'll be adjusted to her by the time she emerges, and the original queen pheromone is going to be gone, so that's all they'll have. So I'm not going to do the drill bit thing on this one because I want it to take, you know, at least a couple days. See how they react to her. Just curious. Well, they're not aggressive. They're really not paying much attention to her. They're starting to a little bit now. When they go up to the cage, they kind of sprint at it and then peek inside. But yeah, they're not coming up and like the Hive 16 next door did. There's just a few that are curious, but nothing aggressive. Okay. So once she gets released and she starts delaying, we can pull her brood frame up, put a second box on, frame feed her, get them strengthened up, and they'll be growing some winter bees going into winter. And this will be a nice hive coming out of the winter. But with that queen they had, that wasn't going to happen. All right, let's get on down here to Hive 40, and we'll put this third queen in there. Still got water standing. Okay, got the brick on there, so those virgin queens from the emergency cells have a little marker. So there's 2 cells remaining in here and 1 is open. I'll look for a virgin queen a little bit and I'll kill those other 2 cells if they're not already opened. And they're pretty small cells, so it's not going to make a nice queen. Plus they got to go mate anyway in the dragonfly layer. So there's the 1 cell. That's the one that's already emerged. They kind of cleaned it up a little bit. It did have the little poppy top come off of it. So yeah, it's empty. So 1 did emerge. I checked this yesterday and the other 2 cells were still sealed up. They're further to the outside of the frame. So there's room in here for a queen to lay. It's not all filled up, nectar bound. Lots of good cells right there. They don't have such a strong field force that they're filling it up. A little bit of patchy brood left there. There's a dried out larva. Last of the brood is about gone, so we need to get a queen in here before it goes laying worker. Those cells are down here towards the end, if I remember right. Here's one here, and well, no, that's open, but I don't think that was one. The other one's right here. Let's see. The queen's dead inside, so that never would have opened anyway. This is all bee bread and nectar. Well, I only saw the 1 cell. This looks good. So I lost my drill bit, I couldn't find it. So I'll just dig a little bit out. If there's any dried on there, it'll get down into the where it's softer. Yeah, so finished before the storms hit. They're probably not too far away now. but did a lot better with the heat as well. So I'm not wearing those rubber boots today. That makes a difference. They're hot and they're hard to walk in. Plus I'm not wearing my back brace that I've been wearing because my back's been bothering me a little bit. So that's keeping me a little cooler. And then I got this ice vest on. So yeah, I think it made a difference. But anyway, yeah, I got these in here, these 3 queens from OK Bees. Check him out. You might want to pick some of those up if you're in the Oklahoma City area. And they look to be pretty good queens. So remains to be seen. We'll see how they do. And Sourwood Farms queens, 2 out of 5 got mated in her laying. So you know, it's nothing against the queens or the beekeeper Ryan. You know, they're really nice looking queens. It's just getting them mated. And then I had complications with one that was too weak, and then all the rain, and I was sick when they got here and didn't get them released, and they were in the cages for 5 days. So that was all on me. But hope you know, I think it would have been better if I could have got them released a little sooner. But anyway, that's going to be it. Hey, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe before you leave. I'm trying to get to 14,000 before end of this bee season. I'm in like 13,300 and some, and yeah, I got about 2/3 of the way of 1,000 to go. So appreciate you subscribing, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.